Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Simple English Family. Today, we have a new story. Today's topic is Kindness Returns. Here is today's question. Do you think helping people always comes back to you? Write your answer in the comments. The answer is in today's conversation. Let's begin. Hi, David.
Hi, Sarah. Tell us about something that happened to you last week.
Sure. It was raining and it was already getting dark.
Were you at work?
No, I had already left work. I was walking to the bus stop and the rain was very heavy.
Did you have an umbrella?
Yes, I did. I was staying dry. But when I got to the bus stop, I saw an old man standing there.
Was he waiting for the bus too?
I think so, but he looked very cold and he was completely wet. He didn't have an umbrella at all.
That's sad. What did you do?
I walked over to him and asked, "Excuse me, are you okay?"
What did he say?
He looked embarrassed, but he said his wallet was stolen earlier that day. He had no money, not even for the bus ticket.
Oh no. That must have been a terrible day for him.
It really was. I could see it in his face. He looked tired and worried.
So what happened next?
I didn't think about it for very long. I just gave him my umbrella.
Wait, you gave him your umbrella in the rain?
Yes, and I gave him a little money too, so he could buy a bus ticket.
How did he react?
He was so surprised. He kept saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." He said he would remember me forever.
That's beautiful. But Sarah, you walked home without an umbrella in the rain.
I did. I got very wet. My hair, my clothes, everything.
Were you upset about that?
Not at all. Honestly, I felt warm inside, even though my body was cold.
What do you mean?
His smile. That was worth getting wet. Some things are more important than staying dry.
You always think of other people first.
I don't help people for a reward, David. I help because it feels right in my heart.
I love that about you. Most people would have just walked past him.
Maybe, but I couldn't. I kept thinking, what if that was my father?
That's a good way to think about it.
Yes, it is.
So what happened after that night?
Well, the next week was very busy for me. I had a big report due on Friday.
I remember that. You were so stressed about it.
I was. It was for a very important client. My manager told me it needed to be perfect.
No pressure, right?
Exactly. But on Tuesday afternoon, something happened.
What was it?
I saw a new employee near my desk. Her name is Fatima.
I think I've seen her. Quiet, works near the window?
Yes, that's her. She looked completely lost. She was staring at her computer screen like it was a puzzle.
What was wrong?
She didn't understand our report software. It's confusing, especially in your first week.
Did you go talk to her?
I did. I asked, "Excuse me, do you need help?"
And she said yes, I'm guessing.
Yes! She looked so relieved. She said, "Yes, please. I feel a little lost. I was afraid to ask anyone."
That's understandable. New jobs are scary.
Exactly. So I sat with her and showed her everything, step by step.
How long did that take?
About 15 minutes. Not very long.
I remember walking by and telling you to focus on your own report.
I did. You said, "Sarah, don't you have your own report?"
I was worried about your deadline.
I know, but I told you, this will only take 15 minutes. I can't walk past someone who needs help.
And I understood. I said, you're right, I just don't want you to fall behind.
And I said, "I'll be okay." Helping her is important too.
So, did helping her make you fall behind?
Yes, actually, by Wednesday night, I was still at the office at 8 p.m.
I remember that night very well.
Tell me what you remember.
I finished my own work early. I walked by your desk and you looked exhausted.
I was exhausted. My eyes were tired from looking at the screen for so long.
I asked if you needed help and you said,
I said, "Thank you, David, but you have your own deadline."
but I had already finished mine, so I pulled up a chair and sat with you.
I was so grateful. I said, "I don't know what I would do without you tonight."
And I told you, you have helped so many people. It was my turn to help you.
I remember thinking, kindness really does come back, doesn't it?
And I said yes, even when we don't expect it.
Even when we don't expect it.
But David, the story doesn't end there. Tell them what happened on Thursday.
Oh, this is the best part. On Thursday morning, we finally finished the report.
We were so relieved.
I told you, we make a good team. Now go home and rest.
And I did try to rest.
But then, in the afternoon, something happened.
Yes, I got an email from the client.
What did it say?
They moved the deadline. They needed the report in 2 hours, not tomorrow.
I remember your face when you read that email. You looked shocked.
I was. I ran over to your desk and said, "David, look at this email."
And I said, what? That's not enough time.
I didn't know what to do. I was too tired to even think clearly.
But then something amazing happened. Do you want to tell them, or should I?
You tell it. I still get emotional about this part.
Okay. A few minutes later, Fatima walked up to Sarah's desk.
I was so surprised. I said, "Fatima, what are you doing here?"
She had heard about the emergency deadline from another coworker.
She came straight to my desk without even thinking twice.
What did she say to you?
She said, "You helped me my first week here. Now let me help you."
I remember thinking, wow, this is amazing.
I asked her, "Are you sure? This is a lot of work."
And she said,
She said, "I'm sure. I want to help. Just tell me what to do."
that's when I said, your kindness came back to you, Sarah, exactly when you needed it.
I couldn't believe it. I felt like crying, actually.
Why?
Because I never expected anything back. I helped her because it felt right, not because I wanted a favor later.
And that's exactly why it felt so special when she came to help you.
Exactly. It wasn't a trade. It was a gift coming back naturally. It really was.
So what did Fatima do to help?
She checked all the numbers in the report. She's actually very good with numbers.
Did she find any mistakes?
Yes, she found one mistake I completely missed. It would have been embarrassing to send it to the client.
Wow, good catch.
I told her, "Fatima, you are very good with numbers. Thank you for this."
What did she say?
She said, "I'm happy to help. This number here, I think it's wrong. Let me check it again."
So she was working carefully and quickly.
Very carefully and very quickly. With her help and your help from the night before, we finished with 20 minutes to spare.
20 minutes. That's cutting it close.
It really is. But we did it.
How did you feel when it was finally done?
Relieved, of course, but also very thoughtful.
What were you thinking about?
I kept thinking, if I didn't help Fatima the week before, she might not have come to help me.
That makes a lot of sense.
I never helped her expecting anything back, but it came back anyway at exactly the right moment.
That's how kindness works. It's not a trade, it's a circle. It's a circle.
A circle. I really like that word.
It goes around and around from person to person.
And eventually, it comes back to where it started. David, what about you? Do you have a kindness story too?
Actually, yes. Watching you this week taught me something important.
What do you mean?
Before, I only helped people when I had extra time. I always thought, I'm too busy right now, maybe later.
I think a lot of people think that way.
Yes, but watching you changed my mind.
How so?
You helped that old man even though you needed your umbrella. You helped Fatima even though you had a deadline.
I never thought about it that way.
So yesterday, something happened at work.
Tell me.
A coworker was struggling to carry some heavy boxes down the hallway.
What did you do?
The old me would have said, "Sorry, I'm busy," and kept walking.
But this time?
This time, I stopped. I said, "Here, let me help you with that."
David, that's wonderful.
It only took about 5 minutes, but he was so grateful.
What did he say?
He said, "Thank you so much. I really needed help today." His whole face changed.
How did that make you feel?
Really good, actually. Better than I expected.
See? Now you understand why I always help people.
I do now. It's a small thing, but it made my whole day better.
I'm proud of you, David.
Thank you, Sarah. You inspired me without even trying.
That's the nicest thing you've said to me all week.
It's true, though. I think kindness is contagious, like a cold, but a good one.
I like that idea. Kindness spreads from person to person. So, David, what do you think the real lesson is from this week?
I think kindness is never really lost.
Say more about that.
It moves from person to person, like your umbrella, like the 15 minutes with Fatima, like the boxes I carried yesterday.
Small things.
But they matter so much. You don't need to do something big to make a real difference.
Just be kind. Don't expect anything back.
And the rest takes care of itself.
I think that's exactly right.
Do you think the old man from the bus stop is doing okay?
I hope so. I think about him sometimes.
Maybe he helped someone else that same week.
That's a nice thought. Maybe kindness is still moving, even now, because of one small umbrella.
That's amazing when you think about it. One small act can travel so far.
It really can.
Thank you for sharing your story today, Sarah.
Thank you for sharing yours too, David. And thank you for helping me finish that report.
Anytime. That's what kindness does. It brings people together.
It really does. Can I ask you something?
Of course. Anything.
Do you think people are naturally kind, or do we have to learn it?
That's a big question. Let me think for a moment.
Take your time.
I think maybe both. I think we are born with some kindness inside us.
But?
But life can make us forget it. When we're busy or stressed or tired, we stop noticing other people.
That's very true. I notice that in myself sometimes.
Really? You?
Yes. On very busy days, I walk fast, I look at my phone, I don't notice anyone around me.
So what changes that?
I think it's a choice. A small choice every single day.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Instead of looking at my phone at the bus stop, I look up. I look at the people around me.
And that's how you saw the old man.
Exactly. If I was looking at my phone, I never would have noticed him.
That's such a simple idea. Just look up.
Just look up and pay attention. Most people need help sometimes. We just don't always see it.
I'm going to remember that. Just look up.
It sounds so simple, but it changed my whole week.
Can I share something else I noticed?
Please.
I noticed that kindness doesn't need money. You didn't buy the old man a new umbrella. You just gave him yours.
That's a good point. I didn't need extra money. I just needed to be willing to give something up.
And Fatima didn't need money either. She just needed 15 minutes of your time.
Time and attention. Those might be the most valuable things we can give someone.
More valuable than money sometimes.
I agree. Money runs out, but kindness, it just keeps moving.
From person to person.
Forever, maybe. We don't know how far it travels.
That's a beautiful thought to end on.
One more thing, David.
What's that?
I want to challenge our viewers today.
A challenge. I like that.
This week, do one small kind thing for someone. It doesn't need to be big.
Just one small thing.
Help a stranger or a coworker or even a family member. And then watch what happens.
I love that challenge. I'm going to do it too.
Let's do it together.
Deal.
Deal.
Sarah, before we finish, can I tell one more small story?
Of course. I love your stories.
This one is from a long time ago, when I was in school.
Really? How long ago?
Maybe 15 years ago. I still remember it clearly.
Tell me.
I forgot my lunch money one day. I was so hungry, and I didn't want to tell anyone.
Why not?
I felt embarrassed. I was a shy kid.
I understand that feeling.
A classmate noticed I wasn't eating. He didn't ask any questions.
What did he do?
He just split his sandwich in half. He gave me one half without saying much.
That's so kind.
He just said, "Here, I have too much anyway." I knew that wasn't true.
He was being kind without making you feel embarrassed.
Exactly. That's what made it special. He protected my feelings, too.
Do you still know him?
We lost touch over the years, but I never forgot that sandwich.
15 years later and you still remember?
That's the thing about kindness. Small moments can stay with us forever.
Do you think that's why you helped your coworker with the boxes?
Maybe. Maybe that memory was somewhere in my mind.
It's interesting how kindness can travel through time, too, not just from person to person.
What do you mean?
That classmate's kindness helped you 15 years ago, and now, without even knowing it, it helped your coworker yesterday.
I never thought about it that way. That's a powerful idea.
Kindness doesn't just move between people, it moves across years, too.
So maybe years from now, Fatima will help someone else, and she won't even remember why.
Exactly. It will just feel natural to her.
That's a wonderful way to think about it.
I think we should end today's episode here. What do you think?
I agree. This was a meaningful conversation.
It really was. I feel grateful just talking about it.
Me too. See everyone next time.
Before we go, I want to ask our viewers one more question.
Go ahead.
Think about a time someone was kind to you.
Maybe it was a small thing, like David's sandwich story.
Or maybe it was something bigger.
Either way, we want to hear it. Tell us in the comments below.
We read every single comment.
We really do. And who knows, maybe someone reading your comment will feel inspired too.
That's how kindness spreads even further.
Through stories, through comments, through small conversations like this one.
I love that idea. All right, David, I think we're ready to say goodbye for today.
I think so too. This was such a warm conversation.
It really was. I feel grateful just talking about it.
Me too. See everyone next time.
Great job today. Do you remember today's question? Do you think helping people always comes back to you? The answer is yes, even when we don't expect it. Sarah helped without asking for anything, and kindness came back to her through Fatima and even through David. Sara and David have a challenge for you this week. Do one small kind thing for someone and see what happens. Write your own story of kindness in the comments. Subscribe to Simple English Family. Remember, kindness always comes back. See you next time.